One part of your book I really liked is the part about super spreaders. I think it's so fascinating that just a small group of people is so responsible for spreading illnesses like COVID-19, and also like on social media, it's just a small number of people who's responsible for spreading misinformation.
Once you understand, for example, that 5% of the population is doing the lion's share of the work in spreading COVID. If we have another COVID, we need to find and treat just the 5% who are driving the virus. The same principle has now been applied to crime. In the 90s, we thought the key to crime was to stopping all young minority men, frisking them and see if they had guns. Now we understand that's not how epidemics of violence spread. They don't spread in the general population. Now we're much better at identifying what are the very small, very specific subgroups of people who are responsible for criminal behavior. But it also creates some difficult social questions.
If you can exactly identify who those super spreaders are, do you only quarantine them? And it's the same with like social media. If you identify that 1% of people is responsible for spreading misinformation, do you deplatform them?
It's very comfortable socially and politically if we assume that we're all equally responsible for spreading the virus. When you start accepting and dealing with the reality that it's 5%, you have to police the kind of worst aspects of human nature. Once we realize a small group is responsible, our first instinct is to stigmatize them and to demonize them. We knew who that person was. Would you sit next to them on a plane? Would you send your kid to school with them? Those are all incredibly hard questions.